Hey guys, bringing you a quick February collection update video. Just going to go over some of the stuff I picked up over the past month. So first off, we've got some 1996 Bandai Cardass hollows or prisms, I believe is what they're called, that I picked up. You got Omanite, or Omastar, I mean. You have Kabutops, and they're all performing their signature move associated with them. So you got Slash here, Wing Attack for Aerodactyl attacking this. Slowpoke doesn't seem to care. And then you have Articuno, Blizzard. And then you have Dragonite. Looks like he's doing Hyper Beam. And then next up, also picked these up in the same lot as these other ones. You have the 1996 Bandai Cardass series. So these were 96 and these were 97. These come in a red and green version. I have two green version cards, or red version, I mean. I'm not sure about what the rarity difference is between red and green, but these cards are slightly different. You know, it's just the basic Sugimori artwork. But what's kind of interesting is like the hollow on some of these Prism cards kind of bleeds into the art. Like they made part of the artwork. So his beak is hollow. His talons are hollow. It's a very interesting card to look at. You know, the text back here is in English. Then we got Mew. No hollow bleeding into the art here, but just beautiful looking card. Great nostalgic artwork. And then the backside just has some game data, green, red version. A bunch of stuff I can't read. You have you actually have their pixel artwork from the games. I don't think that's on the back of here. Yeah, no, it's just a smaller picture with other pictures of their evolution line. But very cool looking, very interesting that with all these you have a mix of Japanese characters and English. I've heard it's kind of like how people here will get tattoos with Chinese characters or Japanese characters. Over there, they think it's kind of cool to have English mixed in with the Japanese. So, cool pickups there. Next up, we have some cards that I've been waiting for on eBay for quite some time. These are from the Versus series, Blaine's Typhlosion. These are really mint. I've been waiting months for something like this to hit eBay. Seller made a huge listing where you can just kind of pick out the cards you want. He has multiple copies of these and a bunch of other Versus series. So I'd recommend trying to search for those. If you can't find them, shoot me a message. I'll try to see if I can find the listing for you. Got these mint. Gonna go ahead and get these graded. Just really like this artwork. Very cool. And along with that, I got a huge bulk amount of Versus cards. These are all kind of light play, near mint condition. I'm going to go ahead and start a binder collection. I won't need all these extra ones, so if you see something that you like, go ahead and shoot me a message. But we'll just kind of go through some of this art just so you can see it. Versus series was released in Japan almost exclusively. Some of them made it out in English. I'm not entirely sure what their release was. I think there might have been like a tournament or some type of event they were given out at. But you can't get these in packs in the store or anything. My favorite series right here, you have a bunch of Arita illustrations, and I've already shown the Lapras before in previous videos that I have 2 copies of PSA graded. Really like what Arita was doing here. Gonna get a quick look at the rest of them. It's kind of a gym, Heroes Gym Challenge 2.0. You still have some of the original Kanto gym leaders, but then you also get a nice mix of the Elite Four as well as the Johto gym leaders. So awesome cards. Looking forward to show you guys that full binder collection when I get it completed. Next up, we have 2 graded cards that I picked up for about, I think they were both 15 each or a little bit under when all was said and done. Just really like this Gengar. It's hard to get these in PSA 10. They're pretty expensive, so had to settle for a 9. Might upgrade to a 10 eventually, because this one's got a few issues with it that I can notice. There's a little bit of smudging at the top here. Might actually be able to crack this and kind of get that out, and then resubmit it, see if that'll bump up the grade. Still a beautiful looking card. And then Gliscor, I'm not really too familiar with the era of the level X's being the super rare cards, but just went through and kind of looked at a couple different artworks. And this is one that was on my radar, and then there's a Machamp that I'm really hoping to pick up soon. Hopefully I'll have that for my next March update video. But beautiful looking cards. And second to last, we have this huge batch. Yeah, I just went all out this month. I've decided to start trying something where I pretty much, my collection self-funds itself, self-funded. So I'm going to kind of start buying larger lots of PSA cards. I know people will see those and see, oh, the price tag's 200, 300, 400, and they don't want that, but they just might want one card. Like this is about a $50, $40, $30 card, depending on what day you buy it. You don't want to buy all this. So what I'm trying to do is kind of look for lots that have cards I want, and then seeing, doing some a little bit of financial analysis on the backside to see, if I put in this bid and I keep this card and this card, can I sell these and kind of break even on that, come out to a net zero, so that I end up getting these cards in essence for free, other than taxes you got to pay at the end of the day. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I am going to keep this Shadowless Gyarados. Just beautiful looking card. Really like Gyarados from the base set. That was a card I always wanted as a kid. And so I think the Shadowless just looks really awesome. Something interesting is that he actually has red whiskers, which isn't canon for Gyarados. So go ahead, I'll probably throw some art up on the screen just so you guys see what I'm talking about. But yeah, there he is. Shadowless. I'm hoping to we'll keep this guy in my collection, and the rest of these guys will all be for sale. Kind of start at the back. Vaporeon non-holo Gem Mint 10 first edition. Very clean, very good looking card. Next up we have Jolteon from Jungle, another first edition. This one is a PSA 9. I think from what I've seen there's some silvering along the bottom. And I've been taking some really high quality, high DPI scans, putting them on my eBay store. So if you really want to see the car and all its detail, you can check them out there. Nidoking, PSA 8. If I didn't need to sell this to break even on the lot, I would probably keep this card. It's just an awesome looking card. One thing I noticed, the back has some whiting, and if you kind of hold it at an angle, I don't know if I'll be able to get it in this light. Well, there's like a slight chip up here where some hollow shows through. But other than that, it's a pretty awesome looking card. I might end up keeping this if it doesn't sell. And then you have Gem Mint 10, Yellow Cheeks Shadowless Pikachu. Not as sought after as the Red Cheeks, but still awesome card, necessary for any Shadowless collection. And then you have Squirtle. This is the first edition base set, Mint 9. And I had a copy. Yeah, here it is. Pulled out an unlimited copy, just kind of show you guys the difference. You'll notice that the body of the card on the first edition is much lighter than it is on the unlimited. You also notice that the unlimited has a shadow. That's why you'll hear a lot of these cards referred to as shadowless. There's no shadow over here, no drop shadow. Some other differences, of course, first edition stamp. You can see the 40 HP over here. It's actually a lot clearer on this card than it is. The red kind of smears, almost, it looks like. Not as easy to make out. Very, very clear and concise over here. You also notice there's a slight gap there as opposed to over here. Sorry guys, had to restart my video. You also notice the artwork. It looks like it seems like it's zoomed out slightly and shifted kind of up. You can see here, you can see kind of a big rock that Squirtle's standing on over here, and over here the rock is a little more cut off. You also notice the coloring slightly different. He's got a much more green tint on this side. He's got a little bit more of a blue tint, more truer to his real look these days. You also notice that the colors are just a lot more vibrant on this side. They kind of inverted, where the body was kind of faded and the colors were really vibrant in the artwork, where it's the opposite here, where the colors are kind of faded, but the body is very vibrant. You can see a little bit more bubbles on the Unlimited as opposed to this one. There's more space above the Unlimited head than there is on the first edition. So just a few differences I noticed, along with I'm not sure how well you guys will be able to see it, but the trademark date or the copyright date goes to 99 down here, and on the Unlimited it only goes to 98. Seems kind of weird that they would have 99 on here, even though this was printed way before this, and on here they kind of left 99 out. But that's just how they did it. Also, the centering of the energy over here, it's centered with the text for the attack. Over here it's not, just up as far as it'll go. So just a few different design changes that they went through at Wizards of the Coast when they were printing these cards off. Just thought it'd be cool to highlight those. And last but not least, my favorite pickup from this month. Yes, sadly it's not this Gyarados or the two Blaine's Typhlosions I finally got. This is a card that I have been waiting or searching for a few months now. Been hard to find it in Gem Mint 10. It's not a rare card. I don't think it'd be too hard to find a grade. This was just one where I had the notification set up on eBay, so I'd know right when it came up. And was finally able to snag this card at a pretty good price. So without further ado, I gave you Rayquaza EX from Roaring Skies. Like I said, not super rare. I think you can get these for like pretty cheap. And I was also at Target the other day, and I saw that they have EX10s with this Rayquaza, and I don't know if it's a promo version of it. But I was at a Target in Nashville, and they had Target in Nashville, and they had like 20 tens with this Rayquaza on it, and I was kicking myself thinking that if it was the regular version, I probably didn't have to wait so long, because I just bought 3 or 4 of those tins and then graded them all. But this is just a card I've wanted. I'm not a huge fan of the EXs from this era, but there are a few that really catch my eye, and this is one of them. This card I think I've already featured. I actually picked this one up a few months ago, but you'll notice that there are a few similarities on this one. You know, they're both Pokemon. They're both EX. They both have their left hand kind of featured in this art. They both have 3 fingers, you know, standard for Pokemon. They both have their mouth open. They both kind of have horns. They're both kind of looking at you. They're both legendary Pokemon, but most of all, they both have the same artist. I'm not sure how well this is going to focus, but I believe the name is Ryota Murayama. I'm not really great at my Japanese pronunciation of names. We actually illustrated both of these. He's also illustrated a few pack arts for the game that I'll go ahead and throw up on screen if I remember to. But these are 2 of my favorites. He also did not the most recent Charizard from Team Up, but the one before that. So just an awesome new artist. I think he started in the XY era. He might have a few cards from before that. He hasn't done a ton, but what he has done, I've really taken to, and I might try to start collecting his artworks, because I think they're really striking, especially these 2 EXs. Just beautiful, the way the light plays with them. The gold outline to Rayquaza. You can see the same thing going on with Hoopa. Just beautiful cards. Yeah, so favorite pickup from last month. Just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Looking forward to interacting with you in the comments. Thanks.